just a bit outside.
And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, our co-host, Wes Cook.
That's me.
How was your birthday weekend, buddy?
Dude, it was awesome. It was so awesome. Went to Asheville, and we did a lot of brewery hopping. We did a lot of bit of everything, really. But Asheville is just a really cool spot, and I feel like we didn't even get to scratch the surface with a little bit amount of days that we had.
Oh, well, yeah. From stories I hear, it sounded like no matter what, it was a good time.
Oh yeah, man! You get the four bros and dad together. It gets a little bit wild. So we had one night we were out, and we did go out. It was raining Friday, that Friday night, and it was just pouring down, or that whole day Friday. It was awful. So we were out and about, just chilling. And, doing everything. And we just got tired of it, really, because we went to, like, this pinball museum. We did, I think we had phenomenal breakfast, like, every morning, which was probably, like, the bad flaw to start with things. Because, like, when you go drink all day, like, you don't want to put on this, like, massive amount of breakfast on your tummy,
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we did. And it was like, whoops. So, it could have done better there. But anyways, so Friday, we went out and tried to fight the rain and all that stuff. It became too much. And we were like, all right, cool. Let's go back home, kind of regroup, and we'll go out to dinner. So we get back the house about like 4 in the afternoon. Well, we start drinking there and hanging out, and then someone busts out the Cards Against Humanity, and dude, we played for like 6 hours, and I haven't laughed that hard in my life. It was just awesome. It was a great time. Just because we get each other's humor, we all like that kind of stuff works out really well, and it was after 12 o'clock Friday night when we stopped playing.
It's a good time.
Completely skipped dinner. Didn't eat nothing. Just drank my dinner that night. It was fun though. But that was a highlight of the weekend for sure. And we won't get into Thursday night for the bros that are listening. They know why. I told you about it before everything, but we won't get into that. That wasn't fun. It was still fun. Don't get me wrong, but
aggravating.
Aggravating is the best way to put that. Saturday was cool. We kept it pretty much low key. Didn't really do too much. We had another phenomenal breakfast. Like I said, every day good breakfast. Checked it. We found this place called the Whale. It's like a tap house or tap room, bottle shop kind of thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Mike who owned Hey Beer here, but it's a lot like his. They have like a bunch of beers but their specialty is getting stuff you don't get around Asheville or around the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you go in Asheville has a plethora of everything that's around you. Because, it is a brewery capital up there. So it makes sense. So it's a really nice little niche market for them. But yeah, we checked it out. We went twice. We went once Friday, once on Saturday because it was so cool. Saturday was perfect weather, by the way. Like, we wish that would have been Friday because things would have got a lot more out of control probably.
Been out of hand on Friday.
But at least we, Friday we kept it under control because we were in the house. So we weren't out in public doing all this stuff because we were going to Uber out on Friday night to go to dinner and then kind of get rowdy a little bit. But we kept it under control at the house that way.
I don't know.
Dude, there's not a better way to bring in 40, honestly. Shout out to all my brothers for that. I really appreciate it. It was an excellent time. We've already started discussing going back and doing Asheville again just to pick up everything we missed,
Yeah, to get the in-between spots.
Yeah, do all that again. But we found some spots we really like, and we want to revisit them too. So, but maybe a little bit more of agenda, maybe an extra day, so we don't have to. If we run into another day of weather, we have the makeup day somewhere else. So we're covering it. Yeah, and then we could just do Cards Against Humanity on another rainy day.
Do a Thursday through Monday.
Yeah, Monday would have been a cool day because that way we would have had all day Sunday. And I think that would have gone pretty well if we would have just come back on Monday. But neither here nor there. It worked out. Everything was fine. But yeah, we all wish we would have had an extra day. So maybe do like a Wednesday through Sunday instead of the Thursday through Sunday deal next time. But it was awesome nonetheless.
Sounds like it was a blast. From the stories I've got.
Yeah, man, it was fun, man. I will definitely want to do it again, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later.
It'll come back around.
Yeah. My little brother will turn 40 in 2 years. Hopefully we don't wait 2 years to do that. Like we'll do something completely different than this for his 40th. But for my 40, it was that couldn't ask for a better time, man.
Oh man, my 40 was pretty lame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My 40, I went out, had 2 drinks, and was home in bed by 10:30.
That's what I'm talking about, the real 40th birthday.
That's the one.
Yeah,
but, my 40th birthday.
That's how you celebrate as a 40-year-old.
My 40th birthday was on a Monday, so,
So was mine. Mine was on the 40th. But now, how did I spend my 40th birthday, like the actual day? I was replacing the CV axles and wheel bearings on my truck. Yeah. My buddy Chris came over and helped me out with that. He did it. I just kind of supervised because he's the mechanic and not this guy.
I know how
I'll
it
stick
is with
to
Chris.
sports,
Chris
man.
has done stuff for me too.
Chris is a good dude, man. That's a guy that will take his shirt off his back for you. He's a phenomenal human for real.
Dude.
Godsend, man.
He just like, man, you want food? You want something to drink? What kind of? No, man, I'm good. He just plugs away on it.
Nah, man, I fed him all the beers.
There you go.
Yeah, no, man, we had an excellent day. It was cool.
There you go.
Felt good on Tuesday, too, so it didn't get too out of hand.
Well, if you eat and then you drink it, man, it's hard to get too out of hand. It's when you stop eating for me.
Oh, yeah, no, we ate. We got 2 big-ass pizzas and everything. We made it happen.
I mean, you've seen how we get.
Yeah, for sure, man. We eat good around here, man. That's what we be doing. Yeah.
But anyway, before we get too far into the sports stuff, I've got a little sports topic to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
Probably something, in my opinion, is probably one of the bigger things that happened so far this week in the sporting world, and that is the retirement of one of your faves.
Oh, yeah, man. He's up there with my all-time fave. Like, I don't know if I like him more or Brian Dawkins, really. Those are my 2 favorite dudes of all time, for sure.
But the retirement of Jason Kelsey, I know you being the resident Bird guy, that probably very near and dear to your heart. Dude's just a fantastic guy all the way around. He's going to be in Canton in 5 years.
Oh, yeah, he's automatic first ballot dude.
Yeah, he's so low-key. It's like, there's no way. And I'm like, bro.
That's good, dude.
I did a little reading about him, and there's like just stuff that like, he's the only center since the merger to win a Super Bowl and be All-Pro 6 times.
Yeah, that's impressive then. But I mean, I already called him the GOAT of all centers. So, but I mean, I'm a little biased, but dude, he's so good. He's so athletic. He's transcended the position of center too. Everybody's mirroring their game off of him. And of course he did it from centers prior to him too. But for a guy to do it as long as he did and be still considered the best at his position when he retires.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
First team All-Pro this year.
Yeah.
So
did you catch any of the retirement speech?
I did.
Did you shed a tear?
It made me want to.
Oh,
it
man.
Made me want to.
I was crying, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I cried.
It was.
I cried. That hit me, man.
I don't want to say it was a rough watch because it wasn't like in that sense, but man.
Oh, it was entertaining, but it just pulled at the heartstrings.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
It was very entertaining. I mean, that's what you're gonna get with Jason Kelsey anyway. It's gonna be an entertaining, yet just heartfelt speech, and you saw it with his Super Bowl speech. Just anytime he talks to the media, it's Jason Kelce and his personality, dude. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the bond that he has with Travis, it hits home for me because of the bond I have with my brothers. Speaking of, last weekend. So it's that kind of stuff, man. And dude, I'm going to miss that guy so much. And I just hope he has some kind of presence with the Birds going forward. So he's just still involved in that locker room. And like maybe even the next time we do win a Super Bowl, like he's still part of it in some fashion,
I'm sure we're going to see him in some fashion along the way. Like,
well, of course, you will.
Like,
he's going to be in a booth somewhere, or he's going to be on one of these television shows.
Oh, yeah.
He's got media written all over him. I mean, their podcast is the #1 sports podcast in the world. There's a reason why.
His personality is just, he's likable.
I mean, there's what's not to like about the guy, honestly.
Not much, man. I don't think there is anything to not like.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured we'd start there.
Yeah,
get
man.
that out of the way.
Kelce, for sure. So, more power to him. Get to live in that life with his family. Kids are still young. Get to be with them all the time. He might regret that in a little bit, but being so young that they are right now, it's going to be a handful for a little while.
No, man.
But for the most part, man, we both have daughters. He's got 3 of them, and it's mad respect to him, dude.
He'll enjoy every second of it because he, unlike us, will get all the time in the world that he needs.
Yeah.
Because, he can be retired dad for the moment.
Yeah, no, man, that's true. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
At 36.
It was more of a joke, but
yeah,
no need to
take
it so literally over there.
No, I know. I know. I'm not taking it that low. I'm just saying, ooh.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could retire at 36.
Don't we all, man? That means I would have been on 4 years of retirement. You know how fat I would be right now if I was 4 years retired?
Be over there sounding like Jabba the Hutt.
Breathe it all heavy as fuck.
That's how I feel this week, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's been a rough week. I put in my steps this week, sir.
No, I thought you were going to tell me it was that Flamin' Amy's burrito you had today.
Oh, that burrito was delicious, brother.
Always delicious, man. Flamey's is on point for sure.
That was a good change. I was thinking barbecue, and then was like, hey, man, let's do burritos. I'm like, all right.
Can't go wrong with a burrito.
Yeah, I can get barbecue tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Me and my fat ass and barbecue.
Barbecue is delicious, man. There's nothing wrong with eating it all the time.
I eat it a lot. Every time I get around
the place.
I
smoke it all the time too, man. I make as much barbecue as I possibly can and put into my gut for sure.
You can't tell. I know. I get a chunk of it.
Yeah, I do. I share the wealth.
You do. Anyway, back to the sports world.
Yeah, man. We are getting hype for baseball season getting ready to roll around. And then NBA is after it's after the All-Star break, so that's going to heat up and playoffs become all the focus.
It's playoff positioning at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to see guys playing more games. I know they talk about load management, but seeding is important for these guys at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you don't want to be in the play-in stuff. You want to be 6 or higher.
You want to, if you can get that home court advantage in some capacity, you want to have a part of that. You got to be a part of that.
Oh yeah. A lot of. I mean, your guys are sitting in 7th right now in the East. Yeah.
Well, that's what you kind of expect when there's no Embiid.
No, I mean I feel like that's great considering.
Yeah, I mean,
without your best player,
we're struggling. We've lost the last 2. We lost to, I think, the Grizzlies last night, which is, the Grizzlies are a bad team, and still taking L's to bad teams don't help. We need other guys to step up. The thing is, you can't rely on Maxey every night. You need to see Kelly Oubre step up. You need to see Tobias Harris especially step up. I mean, earn that money, Tobias, for sure, dude.
I feel like you guys paid him, and he hasn't earned a dime of it.
He has spurts, though. There's spurts where you see him show up, and you're like, that's the Tobias Harris we've been looking for. And then he falls off again.
He disappears for 10 games.
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's no consistency with him. He could take off. It's probably the Tennessee in him, to be honest.
Oh. Knew there was a shot coming.
Yeah, man, you can't talk about Tobias Harris and not low below the fucking jumpsuit he used to wear.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I feel like they're a player away still.
Oh yeah, but the thing was that you didn't have to make a move at the deadline.
No.
You didn't have, because there's the thing. You're going to have cap space next year. You're going to drop a lot of this weight, these bad contracts next year. Things are looking up. I'd say, honestly, if Embiid's not 100% when you want to bring him back, which they say at the end of the month, that's what their plan is. Are you going to compete with the Celtics or the Bucks in the East right now? I don't know. I mean, do we come back and look good enough to make that? I mean, we're 5 games out of second place. No one's going to catch Boston at this point.
No.
I mean, they got an 8-game lead on the number 2 team, which is the Bucks.
And me personally, I'm not a big Doc Rivers fan. You probably aren't either.
No, he just underutilized all the talent he had.
He undermines his talent too.
Yeah,
lot.
He does. Mm-hmm.
The only time you didn't really see him do that is when he had super strong personalities like KG and Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
Ray
the guys
Allen.
that are going to tell you, Ray Allen doesn't have a strong personality.
No, but he's got a strong jump shot.
Yes, he does. That man could stroke it for sure. Anyways, but like the Bucks, the thing is with the Bucks, they have time to improve. You know, they still haven't been able to gel. Like Dame is this new piece that you still haven't been able to figure out. You've had 2 different head coaches.
Yeah,
it's kind of shitty, man. It's like give them more time, I think. But you're up against it here. This year might not be the year you get it done. It might be next year, but. There's another year on Dame time. There's another year on Giannis.
Yeah.
You know, those things, those add up, and that's not going to be very beneficial as they get another year older.
Yeah, but the thing about Dame is Dame had the opportunity to go elsewhere a long time ago.
But this was really kind of a good spot for him to be. Like, based on the trade and everything, I really wanted Philly to go and get him.
That'd have been great.
Yeah.
It'd have been great.
That would have been a great spot, and I think he would have been that missing piece. What are we giving up for, 3 to 5 years? But, I mean, those are 3 to 5 years you could win a title. And that you're getting past the second round. But, neither here nor there. They still have a little bit of a hill to climb, but they still have time to gel. There's still plenty of time to improve and figure it out and really, start working well together.
They could still get on a run. They could get on a heater.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can.
Yeah.
I mean, just like that, the Cavs are only half a game behind them. And that's a slight surprise. I mean, the Cavs have made great moves and drafted pretty damn well.
I think the biggest surprise in the East is Orlando.
Yeah. Because the roster there wasn't really what everybody thought.
Paolo Banchero, to be like the number 1 overall pick, has got to be the most quiet number 1 pick you've ever seen.
It's kind of crazy.
It's insane.
No personality to the guy.
No personality, but he just steps on the court and gets the job done.
That's right.
And it's just like...
But it's a weird dynamic with that team. Because, like, you have Wendell Carter Jr., you have Markelle Fultz, who you thought was done, and he's kind of turning around here. Joe Ingles, like, dude.
Still blows your mind that they traded up to draft him. They could just set pat and drafted Jason Tatum.
I know, right?
Ooh, horrible.
Yeah.
You make moves, though. You think everybody makes mistakes from time to time.
Well, of course. Those things do happen, but it's pretty impressive for what they've been able to do.
Yeah. Cole Anthony's played well there.
Yeah, I mean, that what's that dude's name? Franz Wagner or something like Franz something. That dude.
Franz Wagner from Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got him and his brother, I believe.
Yeah, his brother's that big ass dude, isn't he?
They're both big. One's 6'10", one's 6'11".
Yeah, but didn't Wagner like play the 3?
One's
Franz plays the 3.
Franz
right?
plays the 3.
Yeah.
Moritz
is that his name?
Yeah.
Are they French or something?
I'm gonna guess. I'm not sure what they are.
Who knows? I'm not that involved in Orlando. I've seen Sports Center highlights, but I mean, for what I know of them,
They're German.
Oh, okay. Franz. Yeah, no shit, Wes. You should know that. Franz. That makes sense.
They're
but Cole Anthony, dude, he's been doing it out there too.
I know, man.
Carolina dude.
One of my few Carolina dudes doing something in the league.
Yeah.
God,
Not many of them.
there ain't a lot of them, man.
But it's just so weird. Like Paulo Banchero leads their team in points, rebounds, and assists on a game. he's a 4. And he's leading the team in assists. Like, come on, bro. It's an excellent coaching job, honestly. You gotta put it that way. You gotta think like that's an excellent coaching job.
It is. It is. I mean, you gotta the team is loaded with just young talent.
I mean, they're leading their division right now.
Yeah. But I mean, they got teams like Charlotte's
doo-doo. What, Charlotte's won like 14, 15 games
Yeah.
a year? It's bad, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta, that drives me crazy, man.
Well, it's the thing is you have so much talent really on that team. If you really think about it, there's a lot of talent on that team to be so bad.
They're just missing pieces, man.
Well, I don't think they really gelled, but I know Ball hasn't played very much this year, so that has a lot to do with it.
Bridges is pretty good though.
Bridges is sick. You got a guy like PJ Washington who fills in pretty well there as well. I mean, Nick Richards is leading their team in rebounds per game. But look how many people have played for the Hornets this year.
A ton.
That have played at least 2 games. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh my God,
13,
it's
14,
ridiculous,
15,
bro.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 dudes. 25 fucking dudes have suited up for the Hornets this year.
We could go play for them.
Dude, I might as well. I'll be 26. Go on. Sign me to that fucking 10-day contract. I'll be fine.
10-day contract's what, $250?
Somewhere.
Some stupid. I mean, league minimum.
lame.
We just looked this up not long ago with the what?
1.1.
Yeah. Crazy.
Sign me up, man. Man, I'll sit on the end of the bench. I'll just fill in. You need a goon? Go in there and clock somebody real fast? I got you. That's me.
I can go out there and suck too.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You already suck. Like, what really is going to happen if I end up on the floor? Hey, you're already putting your 25th man out here on the floor. What's wrong with putting number 26 out here, right?
Well, my brother, it's like, he's still trying to be a diehard Hornets, and he
gave up too?
No, his biggest problem is he's like, every time there's like a trend, there's that one guy in the draft, the Hornets are like right there in the mix again, and they never get the first pick.
No, what was it? LeBron was that year?
It was LeBron one year. It was Wemby this year.
Yeah, Wemby this year.
Who else? It was a couple of years ago. Was it Embiid? Was one of those guys too?
It was LeBron and Embiid. It might have been Embiid.
There's been a couple of times where like they've had like generational talent sitting there, and they end up with the second pick, and it's just like.
I mean, how much better would they be with Wemby?
It wasn't LeBron. It wasn't the LeBron year.
Wasn't? Well, no, that was a guarantee for Cleveland anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole LeBron thing, dude. Everybody, like the top 5 in that draft, except for Darko.
But they were just basically calling him the white LeBron. But yeah, that dude failed miserably. But look at it this way: like if you have Wemby And let's say the Hornets got with
They wouldn't probably be any better.
San Antonio's dead last in the West.
Give them time.
Oh, I know, but I mean, with a coach like Pop, though, it's like, come on, dude. You got talent in Keldon Johnson.
They're in a transitional period.
Sure, I just don't understand. They can't be that bad. If Wemby's really that dude, I know they're limiting him though. I guess so. I guess that's fair. I mean, he's played 56 games, and I think they've played 60.
He's still their leader in points and rebounds.
Yeah,
and blocks and steals.
Oh, and steals? That's pretty impressive. But you got talent in Keldon Johnson there. What's their two guard? Is it Vassell?
Devin Vassell. Vassell, however you say his name. Yeah.
Yeah. You got Trey Jones and Zach Collins there. I know I guess this roster is kind of young.
It's young, man.
Yeah.
It's young. And it'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, all they're going to do is get a little older.
And they got Dougie McDermott, too. Who knew? They got Doug McBuckets.
Oh, yeah. That's 6 buckets a game. Or not even 6 buckets, 3 buckets a game for 6 whole points. Could be 2 buckets a game.
Dude's making money, though.
Oh, no, man. No hate. I'm just saying. You can't call somebody buckets with 6 points a game, you know?
I'm just saying that's what he was in college, bro.
Yeah. I think the West is the most intriguing conference, though, when you really look at it. Like Boston is, I mean, they're on a heater. I mean, they're 9-1 in their last 10. They're playing the best basketball in the NBA right now.
By far.
So,
By far.
As long as they stay healthy, man, they probably can coast to the finals this year. But what they're going to run into is battle-tested Western Conference teams. You got young guys like the Timberwolves and the Thunder that are just, clicking along, making things happen, staying at the top of the West, which would have never predicted at the beginning of the year.
No.
But then you got guys that are hiding down there at the bottom. You got Golden State, the Lakers, and then Phoenix, all kind of sitting around just waiting to pounce and could just burst out at any moment.
Well, you got the defending champs sitting just a game back.
No, yeah, don't forget Denver for sure. That's the thing. Denver's right there in the mix to get that 1 seed again.
Oh yeah,
and they're formidable, dude. They are disgustingly good.
I mean, I think the 10 that are,
and I mean, really don't discount the Clippers.
No,
because what they're doing, even with the head case that is James Harden, they're making it happen. They're only 2.5 games out of first place. You got, and of course, the Suns can just put it all together all of a sudden and then just be scary good because there's way too much talent right there.
Was Booker still out? I know he went out.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Suns are turning into what the Nets had. You can't get the big three on the court.
Yeah,
together.
That's what sucks. You can't get them all out there. But I mean, they got so much other talent around them too. Like you got Nurkic out there. I mean, we did talk about Beal, right? And then you have I know Eric Gordon's a little older now, but dude still can get buckets in spurts, and he can fill in.
Yeah,
when you need him to.
Yeah. Come on, man. They got Grayson Allen.
Oh, old Trippy McGee.
Dude, he's played well for him.
Yeah, I know, but he's still probably fucking tripping dudes left and right.
Hey, there's a Carolina guy right there.
Nasir Little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Damn, Thaddeus Young still in the league? Dude is clutching.
35.
Yeah. Did not think he'd still be there, but all right. Dude, I remember when he was like a high school phenom.
It just shows our age, man.
It does. It does. But let's just have a little fun with it. Predictions for NBA Finals. A little early. I think we're 62 games in for most teams, 61, 62. Yeah. So you're talking about 20 games left of the regular season. Eastern Conference.
Honestly, barring injury,
It's Boston, right?
yeah,
I'm the same way. I hate saying it. I do. You know how much I hate the Celtics.
I know. I know.
Fuck Boston.
But barring injury, it's hard not to say they're not going to be there.
Dude, the way they're playing.
The way they're playing,
yeah, and you give them home court advantage. Shit,
and they've got
they've lost 3 games at home all year.
That's
3
crazy.
games all year at home. You gotta. I mean, that's just stupid.
Yeah. You're getting Tatum, you're giving Brown another year of experience, playoff experience. It's really hard to not say them.
Yep.
Milwaukee still has a shot.
Mm-hmm. Despite, I mean, that just depends on if they can put it together.
If they can put it together, but
it's,
to me, it's them two, and that's about it.
Yeah. The way Philly played early on in the year with Embiid.
Oh, they'd be right there in the mix.
They'd be right there in the top 3, I think, as well. But I don't want to put too much in it to say that Embiid can come back and still be as good as he was, because he was going to be back-to-back MVP.
He was on the MVP pace, for sure.
Stupid.
For sure.
Stupid. I mean, he was throwing up 40 burgers like nobody's business.
And like I said, we talked about this a while back. If I'm Philly and say some stuff starts happening, they start sliding down a little further than where they're at right now, I wouldn't even rush him back.
No, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, and I hate it, but Boston.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would completely agree.
Yeah. All right, West Coast.
Western Conference. I know Minnesota, Oklahoma are playing really well. I think those two teams just aren't quite battle ready enough for the playoffs yet because they're young.
That's what would be interesting. That's my thought as well. I'm thinking, do you have home court advantage? Yeah. Do you,
I mean, the top 4 teams.
Are you getting by because teams aren't giving 100 right now? It could be. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but they're both young.
They're super
young teams.
Yeah.
And teams that really just haven't been battle tested, like you said.
They're just not battle tested yet.
Right.
Do I think they can make noise? Absolutely.
Sure.
But tell me you wouldn't be scared when like a Golden State Minnesota matchup or an Oklahoma Lakers matchup just because of the experience level in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are bad matchups. Not that the Lakers are super great or Golden State's super great right now, but when it comes playoff time, those teams know how to get up for the moment. I mean, me personally, I'd love to see the Lakers fall out of playoff contention. It'd be great for me. I'd be fine with it.
Man, if Anthony Davis wasn't there, I would feel right there with you. But I'm going to pull for Anthony Davis forever. I love the dude, and that's the only reason why. Now, if he wasn't there, I'm on the same train with you. So I don't want to see complete and utter embarrassment for my dude. But yeah, other than that, I got you.
I mean, I like him too. But Davis is only good for about 50 games.
Oh yeah, we know this.
If that.
Oh man, I mean, he's
if the NBA season was
hurt
50
all
games,
the fucking time,
yeah.
man. Yeah, no, I get it. Do you think Golden State's washed?
I think their window is quickly closing.
Do you think it's because of age, or do you think it's because teams have figured out how to defend the offense?
I'm starting to lean more towards age.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
they've
had a great run because you still see the flurry.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's not that I don't think Steph can still play. I think Steph is still playing at a remarkably high level.
Yeah.
Draymond is Draymond.
He's suspended more than he plays.
Yeah, but he's a catalyst for that offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been plenty of games where he leads that team in assist. He's I don't want to call him a 0.4, but there's a lot of offense that flows through him.
Yeah.
But the guy that worries me is Clay. It seems like
he's non-existent this year in comparison to previous years.
Yeah, I mean, he still has games where he blows up, and then he has games where he's completely
He's the second leading scorer on the team, but he's not the all-star that he once was. Mm-hmm. 16 points a game ain't doing it for if you're going to be the number 2 scorer
We need 20.
We need 20, 21.
Yeah.
Because Steph's still putting out 27.
Yeah.
So you've got to pick it up. You're off.
That's the guy that fell off.
Yeah. No,
And
you're right.
I mean, he had 2 back-to-back.
He plays the second amount most minutes on that team too. So you've got to do better.
I liked it when they started bringing him off the bench. I thought that was a great move.
Yeah.
Thought it was a good move.
Well, I mean, it gives you a little spark. You can get a little bit different
Yeah.
pace.
But I mean,
out of him.
He had 2 back-to-back catastrophic injuries.
And that's probably slowed him down. And maybe we're not really giving credit where it's due. I'll say the other thing that's kind of surprising is the fall off of Chris Paul. Because Chris Paul was still playing at a high level in Phoenix.
I'd have never made that move.
I wouldn't have either, personally, no, because he's aged out. But especially when your team's already aging, you're increasing the average age, and you don't want to do that. Not with where your team's at. You want to fill them in with younger pieces like Kuminga. Kuminga's been balling.
He's been great.
And that's
been fantastic.
for his age, it's like that's what 15 a game.
Well, they traded away young talent, and then you got guys they traded away Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
who he had relationship issues on the team.
Maybe just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. But they're making the move for Paul didn't make sense for me.
Yeah.
Because a team if you put Chris Paul in Oklahoma or Minnesota, a team where he can be that elder statesman that, hey, I've been in this situation before.
Right.
I can help us go a little further. I don't have to be the team leader.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's what those teams are missing is a guy like that. I mean, Chris Paul is going to end up on that list of greatest players to never win a ring.
You know how much money Draymond's robbing this team of?
Oh, I know. But the best part about
9 points a game, 7 rebounds. Dude.
Yeah, but when he's suspended, they don't have to pay.
Well, that's true. I mean, they do have to pay him. They just take his game check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have to pay him. They're not saving money. They're just sending it to the commissioner's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Draymond's only played 37 games this year.
Well, I mean, it was the big suspension there for a while.
Well, he deserved it too.
Oh, he did.
Dude is dirty.
He did.
But here's my thing.
Cannon.
I think what you need out of Golden State to be what they can be.
You need Draymond to
be level-headed.
Yeah.
Somewhat level-headed. He ain't never going to be level-headed.
Nah.
Dude's a fucking moron. But get Draymond to be somewhat level-headed. Get Chris Paul to play. I mean, he's got to increase his role. For 27 minutes a game, you're playing a good chunk of the game, and
playing a large chunk of the game.
And the thing is, he plays a large chunk of the game, and 7 assists leads the team. 7 assists a game leads the team, but the 8 points a game ain't doing it.
Yeah. See, that's where I was saying the fall off has been. I think the fall off has been because more he's Clay.
But no, it is. I'm getting there. There. But with Chris, he has to be able to get to the basket more. And the thing is, he's not getting to the basket and finishing, or he's not drawing the fouls. He's not kicking it out because for those types of minutes, I need to see much more production than 8 and 7.
I think the game is. And I'm going to say this, and I'll explain it. The game's flying by Chris Paul at the moment. Not that he was a speedster to begin with.
But at his probably age, a step slower, which is going to be worse for him. I get that.
He's not a step slower. He's just a couple of steps slower. I mean, for real.
Sure.
I mean, dude's 39, 40?
He's got to be up there. I mean, I remember him punching Julius Hodge in the dick.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That was a long fucking time ago.
He's 38.
Yeah. He's 38. He's my age.
Yeah.
And he's balling in the NBA. No, he's not balling. He's playing in the NBA.
Dude, he was the 4th overall pick in 2005.
Whew.
Okay. So
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
That's so nuts.
But it's just like, I don't, can he still be of value in the league? Sure.
Yeah. But not at 27 minutes a game.
No.
Nah.
No.
But I mean, really, do you reduce his role? Because I mean, Gary Payton.
I mean, what are you replacing him with?
The second isn't playing great.
The thing is, you essentially got rid of Jordan Poole to replace him with Chris Paul. That's what you did.
That's a valid point. But yeah, I mean, like, I think what you want out of this team, you need Chris Paul to be better in the spells that he's on the floor. And I mean, he's in there for large spells. We're talking 27 minutes a game. And when we talked about it at the beginning of the year, we said 20 minutes a game. 20 minutes a game is where we thought would be suitable for him to spell Curry. That's it.
Yep.
But the biggest fall off, and you're right, has been Klay Thompson. Because
Wiggins hadn't been very good either.
Wiggins could be better. And I mean, we're spending a fuck ton of time on the Warriors.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's what we're talking. We're talking about where we see it. I mean, honestly, it goes back to, the experience thing with me. That's why I can't pick Minnesota. I can't pick Oklahoma yet. I'm leaning really hard towards Denver.
Denver, I think is it. The only thing that scares me is if Phoenix does put it together and they start gelling, that team is very good.
Yeah, they could be. They could
if they are healthy, and I know it's asking a lot for Durant to be healthy.
That's a lot for all of them to be healthy.
Really, it's Beal. Beal is, dude's robbing them right now. He's played 30-something games this year.
Yeah.
Dude, 30-something games. And why? I mean, of course, we already knew he was going to be the third man. So I'm not really looking at point output. I mean, he averages 17, 18 points a game. And cool. But when you're talking about a big three and you're talking about title aspirations and you're talking about three prolific scorers in the game, Durant, Booker, and Beal, all three of those dudes should be averaging 20 points a game plus.
Well, you got Durant at pretty much 28.
Durant shouldn't be the leading scorer on this team.
Booker and Durant are pretty much averaging the same.
I understand, but what I'm saying is he shouldn't be the leading scorer of this team. Well, it should be Booker and Beal. Because if you utilize the talents properly and you spread the floor with Durant properly, you're opening up that 3-point game so much more. And I know Durant steps outside and Durant can hit the 3 too, but I don't know, man. You got two phenomenal shooting guards, and really, they're a one away from being.
They need a point guard.
Yeah,
that's what they need. They don't have that at all.
Yeah, they need a distributor. This might not have been a bad team for Chris Paul to be a part of.
No, it wouldn't have. He'd have just stayed there.
Yeah,
he'd have been fine. They do not have a point guard. I'm sitting there looking at their minutes, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 shooting guards.
Mm-hmm.
Are there?
I would imagine it's Eric Gordon or Bradley Beal carrying the ball most of the time.
Probably. Or hell, it could be Grayson Allen.
I would never trust Grayson Allen to be carrying the ball.
Playing 33 minutes a game, buddy.
I know, but he's a 3, right?
No, he's listed as a shooting guard.
He might be listed as that. He probably plays the 3 more often.
Well, Durant.
Because you would want him to guard a 3 much more than you would want Beal or Booker to guard a 3.
Yeah, because he's got length. He's like 6'7".
Yeah.
You got Durant listed as a power forward. He ain't no power forward.
No, he's a 3-4, but he's 7 foot, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But, no, Phoenix would have to really put it together.
He's a point forward. Maybe Durant's bringing the ball up every time.
Who knows, bro? Who knows? I just don't.
If they get healthy, they can make a run. They're not my pick. Here's the thing. I
picked them last year, and they bit me in the ass so hard.
But here's my thing. With the Nuggets, I love Jamal Murray. Absolutely do. I'm not a big Jokic fan. Just not.
How do you not like him? He does everything.
No. Joel Embiid does everything.
Joel cannot pass like him.
What?
Cannot.
What?
Cannot.
What?
Cannot.
Oh, you're so full of it.
Cannot.
You've not watched Embiid play. You've not watched
ain't
Embiid
passing
play.
the ball
Nah,
like Embiid,
fuck
like
off,
Jokic.
Steve. You don't know what you're talking about now.
I think he's a better scorer than Jokic,
Well, obviously.
but
Jokic-
he ain't passing the ball like Jokic. Jokic has got that old, smooth Lottie game. Like, honestly, he does. He's a better passer.
No. No way. No way,
What?
sir. No, he's not.
Yes, sir. You're looking through red, white, and blue glasses over there.
America.
glasses. Sorry, you don't like the Serbian flow, but
Dude,
he's a better passer.
it's the style of play they have, though. It is. They play inside out. That's
Okay.
their game plan.
And what's up?
And it opens up Jamal Murray for so much. It opens everybody else up for so much. Embiid does everything better.
No way. He's not a better passer, bro. I will give you scoring and rebounding all day, but he is not a better passer. Not.
If you put Embiid in that offense, he would average probably 10, 11 assists a game because that's what they do. That's what is required of them out of that offense. That's what makes him look better on paper. But
I'm not buying it.
I buy it.
Of course you would.
If you're gonna start your team with anybody. You go start them with Jokic, or you go start them with Embiid.
Starting him with Jason Tatum.
I asked for two different players.
Well, I wouldn't start
Which
him with either one.
or the other. If you had your choice, Jason Tatum's off the board.
Embiid or Jokic. I'd probably go Jokic.
Let me see.
And I'll give you another reason why.
Full of shit.
Health.
Yeah, I mean, okay. But let's say you don't know health. This is just what you got.
If it's just what I got. If they could stay healthy, I might would take Embiid.
Because Jokic could have injury problems for the next 2 years once he has, if he gets a leg injury
It
or
could
anything.
very easily happen. You're right.
All that shit can happen.
You're right. It
I
could
mean,
very
I
easily
know,
happen.
granted, Embiid has had him and he can't stay healthy. And God knows that. I mean, that's probably why we haven't been able to get out of the second round forever. But, nah, man, give me Embiid all day, every day.
Well, I think Embiid gets wore out because he is carrying that team into the playoffs. And by the time you get to the conference finals, or the second round, he is just exhausted. Because it seems like he plays great in the playoffs and everybody else kind of wilts.
Yeah, I mean, Maxey did okay, but it was more of like this hardened show, it seemed like last year.
Well, that was ridiculous.
And it was also the hard disappearance, too, in between games. Like game one against Boston, he was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And
I were texting. I was like, dude, if Harden plays like that, they're going to win a title.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, he can't keep it up.
Dude,
That's
he
the
played
problem.
that game and then like half a game two, and then where'd he go?
He played, I think it was it was game 3 or game 4. He played really well.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, they fell off after that.
Yeah.
It was awful. But neither here nor there. We can go back to last year and pick that apart. But anyways, all right. So Boston and who?
Man.
I'm going to grab a beer while you think about it.
I'm always the kiss of death on the team.
Yes, do it. Say the Lakers.
The only team that's done me any good is fucking Washington in college football. That was the only
Say the
one.
Lakers.
I ain't saying the Lakers. Ain't no way I'm saying the Lakers. I'm the kiss of death, but I'm not saying the Lakers because that would be a wasted pick, bro. When you're in 10th and you've got LeBron James, there's a problem. When you're in 10th and you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis, there's a problem. And the problem is you ain't got nobody else.
Oh, no, because, I mean, LeBron is not a good GM.
You ain't winning a championship when Austin Reeves is your, third best player. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I like the guy, but you ain't winning a chip like that. I mean, player LeBron is great. GM LeBron is awful.
Exactly.
It goes back to like Bill O'Brien winning Houston. Coach Bill O'Brien is fantastic.
GM. Let's trade away DeAndre Hopkins for a turd.
Here's the thing. It wasn't really a turd at the time because David Johnson at the time was one of the better running backs in the league at the time. But he wasn't Hall of Fame DeAndre Hopkins.
I know. And DeAndre Hopkins was in his prime.
I know. Just crazy.
Running backs are a dime a dozen.
Yeah. We're getting ready to see how this running back stuff shakes out.
Saquon's he's not going to get nearly the dollar amounts he's going to probably be looking for. I promise you.
Dude.
Neither's Josh Jacobs. None of them. No.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs, Saquon, Derrick Henry, Eckler.
Yeah. No, you're 10 mil a year tops probably.
Here's the thing. And I said this last
because they're trying to drive that market down anyway.
Yeah.
The NFL wants to drive that market down because they know they can draft cheap. Anyways, we still have not made our pick in the NBA, but yeah.
I'm going Nuggets.
How did we get over there?
I'm going Nuggets.
That's fair.
I'm going Nuggets.
How did we get over there?
I'm going Nuggets.
How did we get to NFL? We just might. It's like a
There were-
magnet. It's like
Yeah, that's how we roll, Brian. We can only talk about the Lakers sucking so much.
That's true.
But God, I want to go. I'm saying Nuggets, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Clippers. If it was next year and Minnesota and OKC were playing like this, I could lean that way, but they need some playoff experience.
Give me Cat and Anthony Edwards. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to full send on Minnesota, baby. Fucking Timberwolves and Boston in the finals. Full fucking send.
Edwards has played well.
I know, dude's awesome.
Edwards has played well. Cat's played well.
I might even start my team with an Anthony Edwards right now.
Yeah.
Just with the age, he's a younger Jason Tatum, but a lot more athletic. It's like, ooh,
man, yeah. I still feel like Sacramento's a player away. I think they're still a very good team.
They're missing that. They're
missing playoff experience.
Well, yeah, but they got a little bit last year, which we talked about.
Yep.
But you're missing kind of.
They got no love in the All-Star voting.
No, they never do, though. I mean, because it's Sacramento. I mean, I think you've got a guy that's going to turn out to be what you want to be on a Jokic and Embiid level. I don't think he'll be, a tier 2 to those guys.
Yeah.
And that's the bonus. He's young and he's still got that kind of game. He's a lot like his dad. It's really cool. Because his dad transcended the game. His dad, really,
I would have liked to have seen his dad
play in today's game.
I would have liked to seen his dad join the NBA way before he did. Because he was like 30 or 31 before he ever played a game
if you got him
in the
younger.
NBA.
Yeah, I agree.
But he was an absolute beast.
But he just spread the floor. He stretched the defenses out to him. He was, it was fun to watch, man. He was I just loved watching highlights of him. Like
another great European big man who can pass.
6'9", just dropping threes on dudes, man. And he looked like the whitest of white guys he could be.
all those Europeans look the same. All the big Europeans.
We're being racist.
I'm not being racist.
And what is it?
It's the same style game. They play it. I mean, Luka is just a smaller version of that same game.
Racist.
Oh, it's not racist at all.
You're getting canceled, Steve. I need a new co-host.
Because I said the European players all play the same style of game?
It was a joke. Quit taking me so literally. Why do you do that?
Because you work me up sometimes. You get me heated.
That's what I'm here for.
You get me heated.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to make me choose. And I'm like, I don't want to choose.
That's what makes this interesting.
I know. But anyway, yeah. I want to say Nuggets. It wouldn't shock me at the Clippers, but I'm going to go Nuggets. I'm going to go defending champs.
I mean, it's hard to go against them, but I just don't want a repeat of last year's finals either.
Of course you don't. Actually, dude,
Should go full send on the Bucks. Give me the Bucks and the Timberwolves. Right?
go like crazy off the wall. I'm going to go like Kings and Pacers.
Dude, no. Although Halliburton is kind of balling.
That whole team is balling. They young.
I know. They're going to be all right, man. They're going to be all right.
I'm not buying into the Heat stuff, even though I love Spoelstra as a coach. Jimmy Butler's good. There is no way they catch lightning in a bottle like they did last year.
No.
No way.
Hold on. Was it repeat? Wait, Boston played in the finals last year, right? Or am I off?
Who was it?
Yeah, it's Boston and Denver. Or was it the Heat in Denver?
I thought it was the Heat.
It might have been the Heat. Yep, no, I just might be having a brain fart.
I thought it was the Heat in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Because they win 4-1 or something like that. Wasn't that it?
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, Boston's trying to get to the finals, just can't do it. I might have been that happy watching Boston lose that I just totally forgot.
You like to watch them lose, man.
I do.
We all have teams like that, though. We all have them.
Well, the NBA is definitely Celtics.
I don't know, man.
I would actually suffer the Celtics because of Rondo for so long, and then it's like now, no, I don't like
Rondo.
him.
Rondo was a weird player.
He was the perfect piece for that team that won a title.
Yeah.
He was the perfect piece. That's what was necessary for the other three to be so damn successful.
Dude, he played fantastic. Like, he had like a weird stat line. It was like
his rookie or his second year in the league,
like
too.
10 or 11 points and like 8 or 9 assists a game. And then every now and then he'd blow up and he'd score like 30. And you're like,
it was way
where'd
more
that come
assists.
from?
Way more assists than that.
On the average for the year?
Oh, on the year? I thought you meant in the playoffs.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
no.
what it
He
kind of
balled
was.
out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But anyways, Indiana's set up well for the future, for sure. All right. So I got Celtics and the T-Wolves. You've got
I'm going
Celtics and
Nuggets.
All right. I got to have the Nuggets win. Go Jamal Murray. All right. Next week we'll talk about baseball. So I'm not gonna dive into that. We got some conference tournaments coming up in college basketball. One more weekend of college basketball, and we hit the conference West.
I only care about one game.
Duke Carolina.
It's the only game I care about,
Duke
brother.
Carolina.
The only game. It's the only game I'm going to watch all of.
I don't give a shit.
That's it.
Don't give a shit. I'm rooting for a sinkhole in that game.
Dude, I'm telling you, there are robberies in every sport and that's one of the biggest ones in college basketball.
Thanks to ESPN.
It's been that way for years.
But there's no true hatred between the two.
Oh, I hate them.
No, I know, but you don't see the pure vitriol that fans have for each other. It's different in Kentucky when you talk about Kentucky. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not, because I don't want to be. I'm super biased anyway. I like that one more. But Kentucky and Louisville fans hate each other. Absolutely, you can see Duke and Carolina fans get along and converse with each other. It doesn't matter how mature or how
it's came a long way,
or
bro.
anything like a Kentucky and a Louisville fan are. They want to fucking fight each other.
It's come a long way. The Dean Smith, Coach K years, it was hate, bro. It was hate.
Yeah.
It was hate. And then Dean, retired and went away, and it kind of got a little softer. I mean, I hate Duke.
I know.
I have to argue with my brother all the time because he is a Dookie.
It's so weird how your family's split.
Dude, my whole family is weird like that, bro. My dad was a Georgia Tech fan. Now it just really irks the shit out of me.
Yeah, your dad is loving life every time they play you.
God, dude. You have no idea, man.
Yeah,
I'm how
the phone calls you get after those games.
I'm how the hell did you become a Georgia Tech fan? He's I just wanted to pull for somebody different. And I'm just well, I don't like.
Too many motherfuckers in Carolina pull for 3 teams.
Oh, yeah, it's 3 teams. It's State, Duke, Carolina.
Yeah, that's
and then you get that one eyeball. I like Wake Forest.
Yeah, well, that's because my mommy and daddy had enough money to send me there.
Yep. It's the Baptist.
That is the southern part here.
It's the Baptist.
Yeah, the Southern Baptist. Chugging beers in the parking lot, boy.
That's it. What? We can drink beers?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Man.
Why the fuck you think I'm a Baptist?
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the game I'll be watching. I'm sure there's other matchups.
Kentucky, Tennessee.
That's going to be a good one.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a good one.
It's at Tennessee. I'm not looking forward to that. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know how hard Tennessee might. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tennessee's just going to give it all because it's Kentucky. But Tennessee won the SEC after beating South Carolina the other day. So they clinched the one.
Surprised the shit out of me.
Dude, I'm shocked too. They were projected to finish in the bottom 5 of the SEC.
I mean, where'd they come from? Like,
they got good transfers. They're an older team. So they played the transfer market very well. And the coach is doing a phenomenal job, man. He's putting the guys in the right spots and drawing up good shit, man. And I don't hate him for it. I mean, South Carolina's not having the best end of season run, but doesn't mean they're still not deadly and still can't cause a lot of stir in the SEC tournament.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, the FCC, like we've touched on this the last couple of weeks. The FCC basketball wise has stepped up.
Dude, they're
enormously.
they're taking all this football money, and they're dumping it into basketball.
They are
and this is why it's smart, because there are 2 sports that can generate money in college.
Yep,
there's only 2. You're not generating from anywhere else, and it's football and basketball.
Yeah,
and if your basketball team can start self-supporting itself, you know how much more revenue that you're dumping into other sports, and how much more competitive you're going to be in other sports.
I mean, there's teams that their basketball is self-sufficient, but
they do. But the thing
is,
there's
not a lot of them that are like making tons of money.
No, some of them might be self-sufficient, but there's not ones that are pulling in and keeping you in the black. You know, there's
Kentucky's
not
doing
everybody's
it.
North Carolina, Kentucky, Louisville, Kansas.
I don't even want to say this, but like UCLA is one of those teams that does the same thing. I don't know how.
There's no way, really.
They are. They're one of those blue
bloods.
bloods.
That one. They might be, but I mean, they might be a blue blood. I don't know if they're self-sufficient though. I think football still might make more money, or might make enough, or floats them.
Yeah, I don't know how their football team's garbage too.
They're going to be really garbage next year.
Come on, man! They got Eric Bieniemy. As their OC.
As their OC, not head coach. God, the way that man is falling off the face of the earth.
Dude. Well, the problem is fucking Matt Nagy got rehired in KC. Oh, but anyway, I'm not going in the football rants right now. I'm not doing it.
We did that with that just right there. That's how we ended up there.
But no, it's just, I don't know. I'm trying to look through the schedule this weekend. You got Bama, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's good.
That won't be a bad game. Let's see who else we got. I'm sure there's other big matchups. Texas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, you'll have Iowa State, Kansas State.
That'll be good.
You're gonna have Creighton Nova. South Carolina's on the road at Mississippi State. Yep. Mississippi State's trying to make the field of 68.
Very interesting
so
matchup
that's a
this
big
weekend.
Win for them if they can pull that off.
Kansas at Houston.
Ooh, that's the 14-1.
Yeah, that's a big matchup.
I like that. That dude. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
I'll be watching that game before the Duke Carolina game. Yeah. I think they play at 6.
4. Kansas and Houston play at 4.
No, I know they do.
Okay.
Duke Carolina play at 6.
I'll probably have both of them. Well, actually, no, I won't.
6:30.
I'll be out of town. But Kentucky at Tennessee at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And then Kansas at Houston at 4 o'clock. Yo, the cheapest tickets to that Kansas Houston game are $208.
What?
Oh, how big is Houston's? How big is the Fertitta Center?
I don't know. How about let's go?
How big is the Fertitties?
Let's go to let's fly out to Eugene for the Utah-Oregon game. Check out them ticket prices.
Oh, this place is only fielding 7,100 people, so that's why. For tennis, it only has 7,100 seats.
Damn.
So, hold on. What are we doing in Oregon?
Look at the Oregon.
$4? $4?
Look at Duke
Boston.
Carolina tickets.
All right, hold on. Those are probably $200. Ooh, no, you goo. What? Yeah, that's normal. I was
that's
like,
normal for Cameron.
Yeah, that is because that's a small. What is it, 9,200 seats or something like that? Yeah.
I want to
hold on, we gotta say it.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous, bro.
Tickets as low as $1,003.
God damn.
What kind of stickler is charging the extra $3 on $1,000 ticket? Like, fuck that guy.
Greedy ass.
He's
Duke.
like,
greedy ass Duke. That's who.
He's like, well, I need to average this and the circumference of the amount of here, and then the average of the money I would make, and then I got to pay taxes and everything. Oh, the exact amount of money I want to make here needs to be $1,003. Boom.
This is the crazy part about it. I told you to look up the Utah-Oregon game, okay? And
$4.
it's tickets as low as $4.
No, but look at the Boston College and Louisville game. At Louisville, my favorite part, at Louisville,
how much?
Which is a 20,000 seat stadium.
How much?
$7.
Well, what
ACC team, an ACC team, and you talk about a team that was, I don't know if they've been self-sufficient this year.
I don't know.
Or the last 2 years. But Louisville, $7 for a ticket? That's under any face value.
Yeah. What I was going to laugh at was
okay,
the fact that
I'll let you get
we're looking at Pac-12, a Pac-12 matchup.
You would say Colorado?
$4. No. The Utah-Oregon.
Yeah.
And then you go down and you get to Grand Canyon, California Baptist. It's $19.
Damn! Well, I guess it's just the Pac-12 country because Colorado and Oregon State tickets as low as $5.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Ooh, we can get 2 games. We can go to Oregon State at 5, and then we can go to Oregon at 7.
Dude, for fucking $9.
Yeah, $9. Just your flight is the cost.
Yeah. God, that's ridiculous, bro. Well,
no. The best.
What you
Missouri at LSU.
How much?
$2.
What?
Let's go to Baton Rouge.
I go to Baton Rouge for that.
For $2 whole, baby.
I go to
Although you got to watch fucking shitty ass Missouri, who has not won a game in the SEC yet, play at LSU, and LSU's been bad.
Here, let me throw this.
They did
out.
beat Kentucky.
Let me throw this at you. Who would have ever thought
Arizona
that Missouri's basketball team would have been this bad in the SEC, but their football team would have been as good as they were?
Oh, that's a good point. That is a very valid point. They just swapped karma.
I guess, bro. Whoa.
So, Arizona at the
$2
Bronny Junior University.
How much is that one?
That was $30, but that plays at 10:00 on Saturday. There's a good slate of games that you could catch throughout the day. Georgia at Auburn, that's going to be awful.
Yeah.
I thought they would be more rivalry games in the SEC there, but they didn't really schedule those. Like, at least you got Clemson at Wake Forest.
Duke Carolina, they play every year on the last weekend.
Right, I know. Well, Kentucky always swaps with the projected best team in the secondary best team.
Yeah.
In the SEC is the last game. This one was Tennessee this year, which was predicted right. Other times it's been Florida when they were good, and in years past it's been Arkansas. Well, we always would finish the year with the highlight game that was projected to be there.
Well, that was like what you and I have talked about before, and we were kind of touching on a little bit ago, was the step up in the competition in the SEC. It used to just be Kentucky and Florida, and that was it.
Yeah, and then the 90s it was Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Nolan Richardson.
Yeah.
And then there was a stint with Vandy here recently, and now it's just kind of across the board. Really, Tennessee's good with Rick Barnes. But they're the Dallas Cowboys. Basically, we're really good in the regular season, and when it comes to fucking tournament time, we suck balls.
It wouldn't surprise me if they won it this year.
They're not going to.
It wouldn't surprise. Nobody in the top. Are there teams in the top 25 that I think have no shot? Yes. Yes.
Oh, no. I wouldn't say Tennessee has no shot, but knowing the resume of Rick Barnes, Sweet 16 at best.
Depends on
Sweet 16
matchup.
at best. I don't even care what the matchup is. They could be playing Yale for all I care, and they'll take an L.
No, they're smashing Yale, bro.
I'm just saying, if they make it, let's say if Yale goes on a run into the Sweet 16, kind of similar to UC Chicago or Loyola Chicago.
Yeah.
All right, say they go on that kind of run. Yale's going to beat them in the Sweet 16. It's going to be that kind of matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying the first round matchup. Probably not going to be the case. I think they make it out of the first weekend. But I do have a lot of hate in my heart for Tennessee. So
You have a ton of hate in your heart for Tennessee, bro. It ain't a lot.
it's almost the same level as the hate I have for Dallas.
This is your level of hate. And I've known you long enough to know this. It is Dallas,
Yep.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah. That's Louisville's in there.
And I use
Louisville.
those sports only, and then probably Man City is probably in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, fuck man. See, actually, no, it's Arsenal first and foremost.
Right.
But Arsenal hasn't been winning the league year in and year out because of their oil money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I dislike City so much.
Yeah. See, that's more of a.
Yeah, we
soccer.
do need to talk more football. You need to get educated. Start watching with your brother.
Hey, man.
I had that Champions League game on earlier, and then Holland scored that fucking goal and made it 3-1. I was like, fuck this.
How much to start showing up here on at 8:00 on Saturday mornings?
7:30. Let's go.
All right.
I'll start drinking with you too. Especially when it's a Tottenham match.
That could
I'll
be
make
a
you
long day,
I'll make
bro.
some motherfucking pancakes. I'll grill. Fucking hell yeah.
I'll just rent the house next door. It'll be on.
You should. It's for rent, by the way. To any fans out there that want to just listen to me and Steve bullshit on a weekly basis and get real rowdy on the weekends when we do the pod.
Oh my God, dude, that'd be oof. Man, that'd be crazy. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot going on Sunday either. Purdue plays Wisconsin.
Right.
Michigan plays Nebraska. I think Nebraska's still fighting for a playoff spot. Michigan, Nebraska tickets are $3
Ooh.
in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
These tickets is low. I don't believe that bullshit, though, man. I just don't believe it. Like, I don't believe you can see Michigan State play Indiana in fucking Bloomington for $10.
Yep. All right, so make a prediction. Who's winning the title this year? Actually, no. First and foremost, let's do conference by conference. Then, all right, so we'll start with the ACC because that's yours.
Oh, man.
Who's winning the ACC tournament title? Not because division. Actually, this game comes up.
It's for
the ACC regular season title. I didn't realize that. Nice. That is nice. That is nice.
Carolina's looked pretty good the last couple of games. They look pretty good, man. They absolutely smashed Notre Dame the other night. I think it was like 84-51.
This game's in the Dean Dome?
No, this is in Cameron.
Oh, no, you said that. Yeah.
In Cameron. I've seen Carolina play multiple times in the Dean Dome. I want to go to Cameron so bad, but I am
you
not.
Been?
No.
Yeah, I've been one time.
No.
I saw Carolina and Duke there.
Oh, you lucky fuck.
I was like 21. I wore a Kentucky jersey.
That's a terrible place for you to wear that jersey.
There was so many people that asked, like, who you pulling for? I was like, neither one of these motherfuckers.
Man, I'm rolling my heels all day, bro.
Of course. I mean, I don't blame you. I'm going to go with them as well. I think Carolina's going to wrap up the regular season title here.
RJ Davis is just.
And what do you think? Let's say the Heels do take a dub here, and that means, and it doesn't mean they necessarily win on Saturday, but if they run the gauntlet of the ACC tournament.
Well, the gauntlet has gotten pretty damn easy with the way with the way their bracket lines up. I don't like it at all.
I mean, you've got 4 teams that could probably win this tournament, I think, and really 3 in my opinion. I don't think Wake is really much of a threat, but I think Clemson could surprise people. let's say Carolina does run through the ACC tournament. 2 seed is peak.
Dude, if they run through the tournament, they beat Duke this weekend, they run through the tournament, more than likely they're going to have to probably beat Duke again. So that would be two I'm going to say top 10, pseudo top 10 matchups.
Quad ones.
Yeah. Dude, they could be a 2. They might be a 1 depending on how everything shakes out.
That's right.
It depends on who loses.
That's a long shot, I think, for the 1, but
it depends on who loses.
I feel 2's suitable. If they lose Saturday and win the ACC tournament, I think 3 is going to be peak.
I'm saying I think they're probably going to end up a 3.
Yeah,
I think they're going to end up 3. I think 2 is probably the highest they probably could end up.
Yep.
I think they could be a 1, but it depends on who loses in front of them.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's called March Madness for a reason.
I mean, Arizona, I think, is actually ranked ahead of them at the moment. If they were to lose, I could see them jumping Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Houston loses, Houston would have to lose tomorrow and get bounced, or lose this weekend and get bounced early in their tournament for them to be ahead of them.
Yeah.
It would take that. Houston's probably a lock for a 1 or a 2 at the moment.
I think
Tennessee would have to lose this weekend.
Barring an epic collapse, Houston's going to be a 1.
Yeah. I think Tennessee would have to lose. You guys would have to beat Tennessee this weekend, and Tennessee would have to lose early in the tournament for Carolina to jump them.
Yeah.
But it's still all possible.
I think really between teams 1 to 10, all of them have a shot
At a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't want to say this, but if Duke were to win this weekend and then win the ACC tournament,
they could be a 1.
They could very easily be a 1.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Depending on who loses.
How that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to say peak for Carolina is a 1 seed. Peak for Duke is a 1 seed. But I'd say very unlikely. I'd say the 2 seed is probably a really solid bet.
Yeah. I think they could get a 2 seed.
At worst, I think they finish at a 4. And that's just saying you take a couple L's in a row.
Yeah. It would take one of them losing.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose the game on Saturday and then lose it early in the conference tournament.
Yep.
Big 12 is up next. Of course, this is the first time in a long time Kansas hasn't won the regular season title.
And here's the sad part. I'm going to predict them to win the tournament.
You are?
Yeah.
Over Baylor, over Iowa State, and Houston.
Yep.
What makes you say that?
I just trust Bill Self.
Yeah.
I think he has the ability. I think this is one of their, surprisingly, I don't think Kansas usually just out talents everybody in this conference.
Right. But you got a guy like Scott Drew with Baylor. You've got Iowa State that's doing well. And then Houston, Ralph Sampson, dude, he's got something going.
He's cheating.
Probably. He's been caught before.
It doesn't matter now. There's no such thing as cheating now.
There is.
There is, but
There is. But it's a lot easier
what you could consider cheating used to be like a gap like this, and now it's like this. You can't do that.
It's completely different. Yeah, you're sure. Yeah.
I've been reading stuff all week that was part of the reason Nick Saban retired. It's NIL and stuff. Which that doesn't surprise me either.
I saw that.
But I need to see somebody other than Kansas do it. And ain't nobody been able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I trust Bill Self. Calvin Simpson's done a very good job in Houston, though. Very good job. I thought them joining the Big 12 was a little crazy.
It was.
But basketball is not what, at one point in time, basketball was not what the Big 12 was built on, but it's slowly turning into that, though.
Mm-hmm.
With Oklahoma and Texas bouncing,
It's a big deal.
That's a huge deal, bro. It's a huge, huge deal. Have you seen? We'll talk about it later.
All right, so you're going to take Kansas to win
Yep.
the Big 12 tournament.
I am.
Give me Baylor. I'm
That's
going to
not a
go
bad
Baylor. I'm going to go Baylor because I'm going to think seeing Houston. I know they are they're the number one team in the nation.
A lot could change after this weekend.
Yeah, I think, and they're number one BPI, but at the same time, their strength of schedule hasn't been the same.
Kansas absolutely smoked them in Lawrence.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be said there. I mean, they do play this weekend at Houston, so things could change.
Yeah.
All right, Big Ten. You got Purdue and Illinois, and maybe on the outside looking in Michigan State,
Nebraska.
Yeah,
Which is weird,
is
man.
weird because what we said, they've never won an NCAA.
Never won
game.
an NCAA tournament game. Never. That's just.
I'm not going to pick them to win the Big Ten title or conference tournament title because that's just absurd.
Purdue's been head and
But
shoulders
I
the best
will
team,
pull
man.
for them if they make the tournament.
Yeah, I will pull for them to get a win.
How about Ohio State probably not going to make the tournament?
No.
I mean, they're bubble.
Dude,
Bubble.
Here's my thing, the way I feel about teams making a tournament. I think you need to be above 500 in conference to even be considered. I don't care how many quad wins you wins you have. I don't care. You got to be above 500.
But what if you go out there and ball out and play all the top flight competition in non-conference? And then you play in a conference like the SEC, for instance. And I think we might come across better options or better scenarios when we talk about the SEC or examples. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I think of examples?
I don't know.
Anyways, you got Maryland that's sitting there too, but I think they're so far off now it's not going to happen. You're talking about Ohio State.
I don't know how they're considered a bubble team.
I don't know if they're necessarily on the bubble. I'm thinking at 18 and 12, they have the opportunity to get to 25 wins on the year if they or 24. Wait, no. I'm getting 22 wins on the year. Wait, no, they got one game this weekend.
Yep.
That'd be 19. They'd have to play at least 3 games.
3 to 4 games to win the tournament.
23, 20. So so we're talking 22, 23 games.
And they would have to beat Purdue again.
Yeah. Which they've shown they can.
They've shown they can, but they
On
did
their
it
own floor.
on their own floor.
Yeah, you're right.
We're talking neutral site.
Yeah.
Purdue's going to win this tournament.
You think so?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Illinois is the only team I think that could get them. I think Purdue is going to get it locked in.
I wouldn't count out Michigan State because of Izzo's experience. They could be. Hey, you remember it was it might have been more than 5 years ago, but Izzo went on that stupid run to the Final Four or Elite Eight.
Yeah.
After his team had lost 12 games in the year. Look at him right now, 18 and 12.
Yeah, but they're not even getting into the tournament right now, I don't think.
Really? So you're saying the third best team in the Big Ten is not going to make the tournament?
They're 10-9. They're not even ranked. They're way down the list, bro. I'm looking at the Big Ten conference standings right now.
Yeah, but they could finish at 11 and 9.
It's going to take them winning the tournament to get in.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't know, man. Their BPI is high. They're sitting at 19 in the BPI. That's a big thing. That means they're played a tough schedule.
Yeah, and they've lost all the games.
Wins. They have solid quality wins.
Sir,
They've taken some else.
They beat Illinois.
So you think Nebraska's
They beat Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's it.
Those are those two teams around.
They did beat Purdue, apparently.
Yes.
But that's it. They got fucking smashed by Duke. They got smashed by Arizona.
Early in the year, so that takes account.
They got beat by James Madison, for Christ's sakes.
Early in the year. I do remember that.
They got beat by Nebraska.
Well, Nebraska's fighting there too at 21-9.
I know.
You know,
I just don't trust it, man.
I'm just
trust
I'm just
it.
thinking about like that BPI at 19. That says a lot. It says a lot. So that puts them squarely on the bubble, in my opinion.
Well,
I wouldn't count them out, but give me Purdue. I mean, we could drag this on, and that's stupid, so I'm not going to. CAA, UNCW, boom, next. Oh, actually, did you know UNCW BPI rating is 101? Pretty good. That's the tops in the CAA.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that nonsense. Get out of here.
Oh, come on, man. We're talking about UNC Dub.
Man, I've been on that campus all week. I know all about it.
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Got Arizona, and then there's the rest.
Arizona's been pretty good, bro.
But how about Washington State?
Can they make some noise? Maybe.
I'm just shocked, dude.
Maybe.
I'm like 23-7, bro. 23-7.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty
like
shocking.
if you came to me and talked to me at the beginning of the year and said Washington State will finish with less than 10 losses on the entire year, I'm like, pfft.
Yeah, because at this point, they're only going to lose 2 more games.
Mm-hmm.
At this point. Unless they win over the weekend.
If they lose over the weekend, losing conference title or tournament, and then losing the NCAAs. But I mean, if they're going to lose less than 11 games, even it's like Washington State.
That's kind of shocking.
It's shocking because when you think of basketball in the Pac-12, you think of UCLA,
Yep.
USC, Stanford,
Yep.
and Arizona.
Oregon's been pretty good in the last few years.
Utah a while back, and Oregon at times, because you've had the guys there.
Utah was good pre-Pac-12 when they were still in the Mountain West.
Yeah, I mean, but
When Rick Majerus was there, yeah.
mm-hmm.
But
they're sitting fourth or fifth in the Pac-12.
Who, Utah?
Yeah,
they are 5th right now.
yeah. So
At the same record as UCLA at 9-9.
yeah.
UCLA,
But you're looking at probably
weren't they preseason top 5?
They were. We talked about this last week.
14 and 15.
Yep, not making the tournament. Bronny James Jr. University, not making it. Oregon, bubble. Washington, nope.
Bronny's talking about like going pro based on team interest.
Oh, so he's gonna live off his dad's name.
Dude.
Let my daddy get me that draft. In the draft. Let my daddy get me in the draft.
You should just stay in school, bro.
Stay in school. Enjoy it, man. Fuck playing with your dad.
He's making like $3 or $4 million a year. He's
Just off his name.
He's probably making more than that. You want to be honest?
Thanks, Daddy.
But God, it drives me crazy, bro.
Yeah,
because he's not really that good. If you look at his stats compared to all the other McDonald All-Americans, his is by far the worst.
They're awful.
Like 16 points a game when everybody else is 25 plus.
Dude's trash, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, to your favorite conference, the SEC.
Yes, sir. Kentucky all day. Duh.
Well, yeah, we know. We know what you're going.
No need to ask me this.
We know where you're going.
Picking the Cats. And I will explain why. All right. The Cats play such fun and exciting offense and can score in buckets. They average over 90 points a game.
Yeah.
That's the highest in college basketball right now.
Okay.
Can't ever say I've ever seen that from a Kentucky team in a long time. Now,
Defense is
can they play
horrible, though.
defense?
No.
Nope. Not a bit.
They need to score 90 to win.
Oh, yeah. No, they need to. I get it. But what I'm saying is this offense can outscore anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Offense
what's
is
going to
good.
make them so formidable. And now that they've gotten past all the new newness of basketball for the young guys.
Yeah.
Just got adjusted to the level of the game and how different it is than it was in high school for them.
Yeah.
You're seeing them to mature, and they're maturing rapidly. and this team is getting more cohesive by the second. It's a lot like Calipari teams are.
Yeah.
These things do happen, and they blossom late in the season. I think that's why they can go on a run. Now, don't get me wrong. This team can get beaten by anybody. We can come in and play Vandy and take an L in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
We can go and play Missouri. All
Not this year. Not this year,
we ain't
bro.
taking it out. I'm kidding.
They 0-17.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing. It was a joke. It was a joke. But Kentucky can dominate on the offensive side of the ball, and when they get hot, they are hot.
I'm gonna be watching the game this weekend.
Yeah, that one's gonna be interesting. Yeah, you're gonna have so many teams that make the tournament from this conference. Ole Miss is squarely on the bubble. South Carolina's in. Mississippi State on the bubble. Florida's probably in. Kentucky's in. Alabama's in. Auburn's in. Tennessee's in.
Ole Miss kind of dropped. Ole Miss kind of dropped a lot of leg for me. They're 7-10 in conference.
Yeah. I know that sucks, but when and their BPI is low. It's outside of the top 68. So when you're not there, it's very hard to remain on that bubble.
Yeah.
But the thing is they do have a conference tournament that would be difficult to win, and you're racking up quad 1 wins on your way to a conference title. And that's what builds your resume, and that's what allows for you to get into the tournament. So they can still be considered on the bubble simply for that fact.
I think they got to win it to get in.
I don't know if they got to. I think if they make the final, that means because they're going to play 3 games to get to that final.
Maybe.
They're going to play 3 games to get to the final. So they could have 4 total games. And guess what? By Sunday, it doesn't matter because the SEC plays their final on Sunday, which means the selection committee has already made their choices.
I don't.
They don't.
It's going to take them getting to the finals. I don't think they're in.
I think if they get to the finals, that means they're going to have at least 2 quad 1 wins and maybe a quad 2 win. And I think your BPI shoots up and you're in the right spot. Doesn't mean that's a guarantee, but it puts them on the bubble and gives them a shot. And, of course, that all comes into play with whatever happens in every other conference tournament,
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see a lot.
Ole Miss is not out. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams from the SEC. They're definitely out. Vandy, no shot except losing or winning the conference title. And that goes to the
Georgia,
same with all
Arkansas, Vandy,
Mizzou,
Missouri,
Arkansas,
out.
Georgia,
LSU's out.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're out.
Those 5, wipe them out. Everybody else still has a shot.
A&M's out.
A&M's out.
Yeah.
You know their BPI's at 38?
I don't care. They're out. So I'm not putting a 17-13 A&M in.
Why not? With the strong strength of schedule that they've played.
Oh my God!
With the quality quad 1
only
wins.
A strong schedule because they're playing in an up year SEC. That's it. Are they winning any of these games?
They are. That's the whole thing.
Who have they beat?
A&M plays tough. That's the whole thing.
Who have they beat?
I mean, here's your problem. They took that L to Vandy, and that really threw them off course because they lost the next 4 after that. But the next 4 weren't easy games. It was at Alabama. It was against Arkansas, at Tennessee, against South Carolina. So
it's not who they're losing to. Who have they
beat? Florida.
Florida. That's it. They
beat Kentucky.
I don't know how.
I mean, that's a big win.
I don't know how the hell you guys lost to them.
They lost to Houston by 4.
I don't know how they beat Kentucky.
Beat Ohio State.
Who cares?
They beat Penn State.
Yeah. Ooh. They lost to FAU. They lost to FAU. They lost to Virginia. They lost to Memphis.
I think really it all kind of came to a halt with the Vandy thing. Man, looking over the schedule now, you might be right.
They
beat
Kentucky. That's their only good win.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Like in all their other
No. I think you're right.
They did beat Tennessee too.
Yeah, we can probably kick A&M out of here.
A&M's out. Every other game they got fucking waxed.
Yeah.
Like the rematch, they beat Kentucky, they beat Tennessee at home,
But here, I'll tell
and
you
then
right
they get
now.
smoked on the road by them.
Here's what we're looking at right now. You're looking at Tennessee as a 1 seed.
Yeah.
You're looking at South Carolina as a 3. Bama a 4, Auburn a 4. Florida a 5, Kentucky a 5. Mississippi State a 10, and Ole Miss an 11. And Texas A&M.
Where you seeing this bracketology bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude,
That's what I'm here for.
Why is A&M?
A&M is not. I said Ole Miss is the 11.
I still don't know.
A&M is on the outside looking in at the moment. Their strength of schedule is the 15th toughest in the nation. So that has probably a huge role in it.
Their strength of schedule is only that way because they're playing in an up year for the SEC. They're really not good.
So then why is the strength of schedule of South Carolina 72?
Because A&M was willing to go lose to other teams that were ranked.
Yeah.
They're willing to take more L's. Like, I guarantee you their non-conference schedule was better than South Carolina's. Like, I get that. I get strength of schedule. But a lot of their strength of schedule is built into the up. I mean, South Carolina is the outlier because South Carolina doesn't play anybody non-conference.
Yeah.
I don't buy Ole Miss as an 11.
Is it 11?
Don't buy them.
They're rating them as the 41st ranked team in the tournament.
Don't like it. I don't know how Mississippi State is in this thing either.
19-11.
I don't get it, bro.
They're 4-8 against quality teams.
Hell,
In comparison, Kentucky's 6-6 against quality teams.
Hell, this thing I'm looking at got the Hills as a 2 seed.
Yeah, and which is, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Trying to figure this thing out. Like,
Ole Miss could be as high as a 10.5 in the seeding. I mean, it's crazy. Like, there's shit that can happen here.
I get it, but man, there's just, I don't know, man. It goes back to what you and I talked about before. Like, I'm not cool putting these fucking teams that 500 or lower in conference in above some of these like mid-major schools that have won like 25 games. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I want a Power 5 conference tournament.
I'd be fine with that. I mean, Power 4.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Pac-12. You are now the Pac-2.
I mean, you could do a Power 5 if you want to just include Oregon State and Washington State in it.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
You've been around for so long.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. It's just those. It's just that I just don't get. Like, I see like Wake Forest is in this, Carolina, Duke. I'm just looking at ACC schools because I'm kind of that way.
Oh, look at you big homer.
Hey man, Clemson is in. But I mean, if you look at like record like that, like, I mean, if we're just looking at record, I mean,
I'm just saying, like, if you look at tournament resumes, there's plenty to be said for.
I mean, Pitt's sitting there at 11-8 in conference. Syracuse is sitting at 11-9 in conference. Both 20-win teams. But yet they're saying Wake Forest is in, Clemson's in, and you're skipping those two?
That's a good point. I mean, but you can look at the SEC. Let's say really everybody has a shot.
I mean, all these teams can make runs and somebody can get in. Like
everybody can get in the NCAA. Let's say Vandy goes on a run and then they end up in the tournament.
If Vandy wins the tournament and they get the automatic bid, holy shit, that would fuck up a lot of stuff.
That would piss off a lot of people that were on the bubble. And that's what March is all about, baby. That's what we like to see. That's what we want to see. That's what we're going to bet for.
Yeah, well, I did pretty good last year in the bets, man.
I did not bet on basketball last year. I should have, but whatever.
Dude, the Elite Eight games for the Elite Eight games going into the Final Four, I got 3 out of the 4 right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Oh, yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah. And the only one I didn't bet. I got all the dogs.
Yes.
I had FAU. I had, who else was in it last year?
So you want hypotheticals? Arkansas makes a run and wins the SEC tournament.
Oh,
13 seed.
yeah.
Georgia makes a run, wins the SEC tournament, 12 seed.
Yeah.
LSU makes a run, makes the tournament, 11 seed. Ole Miss, 9 or 10. I mean, a 10 or 11. A&M, a 9 or 10.
It's just weird, bro.
It's crazy, right? But you know who doesn't get a seed ranking? Missouri or Vandy, because they believe they're not going to win the SEC title no matter what.
No, they're not.
I know. I get it. That's
It would
what's funny
take
to
a
me.
fucking miracle for either one of those teams to
You want
win.
to see the shit with? You want to see the same thing if it happens in the ACC?
Sure, let me know.
All right.
Where are you seeing this? What you looking at? I want to look at this.
It's the BPI. They have a tournament seeding rank if they make the tournament. So if Georgia Tech wins the ACC tournament, we're talking about a 12 seed. Miami wins the tournament, 12 seed. Boston College, 12 seed. Florida State, 12 seed. NC State, 11. Syracuse, a 10 or 11. Virginia Tech, a 10. Virginia, a 9 or a 10. Wake Forest, a 9. Pittsburgh, an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
Clemson is likely to be a 6 or a 7. Duke is a 3 or a 4. Carolina's a 2 or a 3.
Yeah. Which I still think Duke or Carolina, depending on what happens, could slide into a 1 spot. Could.
Houston is likely a 1 seed no matter what.
It would take a lot.
Iowa State's looking at a 2. Kansas is looking between a 3 and a 4. Same with Baylor. TCU a 5. BYU a 5. Texas a 7. Texas Tech 7. Oklahoma a 7. Cincinnati 10. And now keep this in mind. Not all these people are in play. This is if they happen to win their conference
they just
tournament.
happen to win, yeah.
This is the likelihood of their seed.
Yeah.
So
I get it. And I get the BPI ranking. I understand all that.
I think it's probably the most trustworthy one in terms of strength of schedule, everything being combined, and really gives you an idea of how good your team is.
Yeah. I get it.
So, but that's what we're looking at.
I get it. I just think
Bring on conference championships next weekend.
dude, I'm ready.
Me too, man. I'm doing jack shit but drinking beers, smoking meats. We're going to do a fucking dope-ass preview.
Dude, man, we can start legally
Saturday pod.
gambling.
We'll be gambling live
on
the pod.
On what, Monday?
On Monday.
Man.
Yeah, we could put together. Let's just put together a fucking solid weekend of bets for next weekend for the legal state of North Carolina of all betting.
Come on, North Carolina.
Oh, Rob Gronkowski.
I hate that shit, dude.
So weird.
Drives me
So
fucking
weird.
batty.
That's like, come on, North Carolina, vote.
Yeah,
or
drives
come
me
bet
crazy.
with FanDuel and
Yeah, dude.
DraftKings. He has his redneck voice. It's like,
I know. It's like,
what? Quit
Bro.
trying. Dude,
bro.
give me your Boston accent, Gronk, please.
Or wherever you're from. He's from where's he from?
I think he's from up northeast.
How do you end up at like Arizona State? And then where he went to college?
Yeah, he went to Arizona, but I think he's from Vermont, New Hampshire area, something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
Let's find out. I'm looking right now because I'm just curious. Get out of here. Where's your Wikipedia page? I don't know where you're from.
Blah, 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 blah.
He is from Amherst, New York.
Yeah, see? Knew it was in the Northeast.
Went to high school in Woodland Hills, Church Hills, Pennsylvania.
Huh. So it's more, I don't know. Why does he sound like he's from Boston?
Fucking, he's a meathead. I like him, though.
I do.
He's retarded, but I like him, bro.
You can't call people retarded.
I call him retarded. I know. I'm going to be the one that gets us canceled, bro.
We're already there, buddy.
I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one.
Already there.
Between him and Carson Beck.
We're going to be in trouble.
Lord.
All right, so next week's agenda, we will cover the conference tourneys and we will deep dive into baseball because
it's right around the corner.
At the end of March and the beginning of April, baseball bats will be swinging and it's going to smell like spring. Ooh, and this weekend, don't forget, you got to turn your clocks up.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that.
Me either.
I like it way better in the fall.
You and me both. Give me that extra hour all day, every day. Means either I'm drinking more for an hour or...
I think the best was, it's usually end of October, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
The best ever, there was a year back in my bartending days when the move back was on like a Saturday, which it always is, but it was also like Halloween party weekend for all the bars.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was everybody throwing down for an extra hour. It was a very fun evening, we'll say. You know, can't party like that anymore, though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself short, man.
I mean, I could try. I still try, you know, whatever. But anyway, yeah, deep dive into baseball, little conference tournament action going on.
Yeah, man. That's what next week we'll have for all of you.
Got to be Saturday, right? You want to try doing it on Saturday?
That'd be good. I would like to. That way we can get a lot of games in at the same time.
Dude, we'll be watching games. I believe the actual ACC, the ACC final is actually on Saturday now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Maybe
I missed that when it was on Sunday.
Maybe a late Saturday afternoon deal.
It used to be like the Big 12, the ACC, and maybe the SEC.
SEC's on Sundays.
Yeah, it used to be one would be the noon, one would be the 3, one would be the 6, and then it'd be bracketology at like 8, and we'd be like, all right.
I love some bracketology. It's my favorite.
Ah, man, Selection Sunday, bro. Selection Sunday, and then we got just a couple of days to get our freaking brackets in. And I love college basketball. It used to be my passion. Like it did. Like there was a time when like college basketball was it for me.
No, I know. I was there with you. It was everything. And March meant everything. It was the best.
It's still, to me, it's still the best.
March Madness is still the most exciting. I agree.
But it's gotten to the point now where like you didn't used to see the upsets. Like
Nah.
you'd see one every now and then.
Yeah.
You can almost guarantee that every 12 is going to win now.
Dude, it seems like it. Take them.
I do. On a
Parlay 'em.
regular.
Parlay them a little bit. Yeah.
I take 12. I take probably 3 out of the 4 12 matchups every year.
Yeah. You can't go wrong. Seems to work. I don't know what it is about those 12 seeds. But
And
man,
any
they
team
get
that
matchups.
and any team Virginia's playing.
Well, yeah, because Virginia's likely to screw it in the pooch.
I mean, the only number one to lose. The only.
Yeah, that's going to suck.
You go from national champs to getting bounced as the one seed.
No. They
2 years?
They got bounced as the one seed.
And then won.
Then won the following year.
Yeah. Well,
I would take that. I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd do that in a heartbeat. You tell me I'm getting bounced and I'll be the 16 seed that loses 2-1. Fuck it. If I'm winning next year, give it to me. I'll go.
I don't want that.
Why? You suffer one loss. Okay, whatever. Get over it. And you get a national title.
Yeah, but it's the worst loss ever.
So?
Ever.
How many national titles
Well, if you're Virginia,
if
if you're Virginia, you don't get to win them all the time ever.
I don't care. Even as Kentucky, we're chasing number 9 right now. I would take number 9, and you have one blemish on the record. Shit, I don't care about that. I don't care. Oh, you lost to a 16th seed. Well, guess what? Still have 9 national titles. If that's what it takes, hell yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Hell yeah. No,
they are
man,
the
I'm taking
one
that all
and
day.
only one.
Who cares? Someone else, it's going to happen to somebody else. It doesn't matter. It will eventually. It's going to happen to somebody else.
It took how long for it to happen one time?
Who cares? I don't care. It will go away in the future.
No.
Especially with how much parity's in the sport now, it's going to go away.
Okay. Projected number ones right now. Projected number ones. It's Houston, Purdue, UConn, Arizona. Either one, any one of them losing?
They could. Okay. Virginia was the number 1 overall seed.
Exactly.
And took an L.
Yeah.
Shit happens, man. The parity's there now, especially with the transfer portal and how much more talented kids are and how the sport's grown. It's crazy. It's going to happen again. Is it this year? Probably not.
No.
But it can happen. There was, 2 people out of everybody that put in a bracket for ESPN that year that predicted that win?
I don't know. That was just bullshit. That was bullshit luck.
Yeah, that's what it takes. And it's a team like Virginia that plays really good defense but doesn't play great offense.
Yeah, their offense struggles, bud. Like the year they won it was probably their best offensive team I've seen.
But that's because it requires a combination of the both. What I'm saying is it was probably just a prime setup for them to take that L. You can't tell me that in the equation it can't happen again, because it can. Especially with as much parity as you see in the sport now. The parity is unparalleled to any other time in college basketball history.
It is. It is.
How many upsets did we see last year? Just nuts. There's so many of them.
I mean, you had how many 8 or below seeds make the Final Four?
Right.
What, 3?
Yeah, it's crazy. That
UConn was the only one that wasn't?
Right, and then they win.
They should have won. It wouldn't surprise me if they won again this year.
They have the opportunity. Absolutely.
It's highly unlikely, though.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely. Fucking Danny Hurley.
I don't know. Well, man, we will see. We will find out.
All right, brother. Another good episode on board.
Yeah, man, I think we wrapped this one up pretty good, nice and tight.
We will argue about stuff again next week.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't we? Isn't that what we do?
Ah, man.
I'm here to argue.
What's sad? There's people somewhere saying, "Look, listen to both of these idiots."
They can come on here. I'll argue with them.
I'm not taking Jokic or Embiid.
You know, there would be some jackass out there who's like, I'll take Shaq. The motherfucker's retired.
Oh, man, Shaq.
Yeah. All right. Episode 42 wrapped up. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
YouTube.
Yep.
Twitch.
Yep.
What you're watching on right now. That kind of stuff. Do it. It's fun. Interact.
Yeah.
Send us some messages. You want to
Messages.
come on the show? Holler at your boy.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk shit to each other.
All the time, bro.
It's fun.
We do it all week long, though.
Still love you, though.
Always.
Yes,
Always.
sir.
Much love, brother. Much love.
Well, man, until next week with another big episode, this has been Just a Bit Outside.
Yes, it is.
All right. Holla.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.